next piece to this is that we need to define the objectives within our organization. And in order to define our adoption objectives, we have to have an understanding of what our adoption problems are, right? So this is the first one that I hear a lot, right? You walk in, users say, there's just too many fields. I have too much. Anybody hear this? I don't trust the data.
Yes.
Okay. And why don't they trust the data?
Because most users aren't filling out those fields.
Right. Right. Most often it's because the data's not there, right? So how do we, so just kind of along that thought, right, just at a high level, how do we help some of that? How do we help give better confidence in the data? Anybody?
You sell them on the end, the out point, the output. What is it that, what's the benefit in true and accurate data? You enter it once, it's there for a lifetime, then you can report on it, you can do so many more things, at least from a, specifically from a sales perspective, if the data is in there and it's true, accurate data.
Yep. Did everybody hear that? No? Okay. So one point is to sell them on the end result of the data, right? You're never going to get any accurate metrics, any actionable data if you don't put the data in, right? So if your customer service people are telling you, we don't have enough staff, but you go into the system and you see 4 cases for the week, you're not going to get any more staff, right? So you need to have the data to justify whatever your end goal is. What else? What else can we do to ensure that the data is more complete, is more accurate?
I think on the flip side of that is that you do have to help the sales organization or the person, whoever it is, that's filling in all those fields, to understand the why is it important to fill out those fields, and the what's in it for me to fill out those fields. And in a lot of cases, you need to make sure that they're not being asked for that information someplace else. You know, is their manager asking in front of them in a report in Excel, but you're asking them to put it in the Salesforce? Guess which one's getting done and which one's not. So we need to look at how do we stop the craziness of people being asked for the same information in 10 different ways, so they have only one place to put it. Then it becomes used. Then you have good data that people can trust. So it has to be looked at from that side as well.
Exactly. Exactly. And actually, Jody, that's, I think, the next. We enter the same information over and over again, right? So you go into your opportunities and you have to put all the information in. And then you go to your quotes and you have to put all the information in. And you go to your contracts and you have, right?
Yeah.
So that's another issue. Many people here, we can't find anything. I put all this information in Salesforce and I can't find it ever again, right? So some of this is teaching people how to use the search, teaching people how to code their information so that they can find it later. Our partners and our customers have no visibility into what we're doing, right? So that's another big issue. Here I am, I'm working all of these deals with a partner that through Salesforce, but then I'm having to turn around and put all that information into an email, into an Excel spreadsheet, something to send to my partner, because we don't have a way of pulling that partner into Salesforce. Is there a way? Yes, but we're not using it yet, right? My team has Salesforce involved for our company, right? So, kind of a show of hands, in your org, does sales team drive how Salesforce is developed? Operations? But operations have to use it, right? So it's, okay, wait a minute. We have to use it, but sales gets to decide how this is all set up, right? So people feel like they don't have a voice. They feel like it's not a tool that is customized for their needs. And then this is the executive. What are we paying for, right? So the executive is going, okay, nobody's happy. I'm not getting any metrics out of this. The data quality is lousy. What am I paying for, right? So we go ahead and go to the next one. So again, we've got here the kind of wordy versions of our questions here, right? A couple of additional ones. Salesforce is just another program that adds more labor to my job, right? Collaboration. Chatter has helped us a lot to be able to get to that place of doing more collaboration across our teams, particularly our teams that are in other locations, right? Try and get everybody up out of email and get into Chatter, share files, share links, share knowledge. Okay. Yep. So these next few images are going to be some suggestions of additional feature and functionality that you can use to help improve user adoption, right? The addition of record types. So we kind of talked about too many fields, too many choices, right? You can use record types to help consolidate your page layouts, to help consolidate your pick lists. How many people go into the lead source field and it's a drop down that's a mile long, right? So we can do a little bit of control there and say, oh hey, if this is a lead source from, this particular business unit, now we've only got 5 lead sources, right? Give everybody a little bit faster route there. Page layouts, of course, is another way to control this and to be able to go in and make the pages cleaner. And there are little things that we don't think about. As we go in, a lot of times to configure page layouts, we're thinking about, okay, I need this section, I need this section, right? But thinking about things like, as the user tabs from field to field, are the tabs moving left to right, or are the tabs moving top to bottom, right? If you set all the fields up top to bottom, but their tabs move left to right, users are going to get upset, right? So this is another option for us. How many folks have used divisions in Salesforce? The divisions feature? There's actually a feature that Salesforce can turn on that's called divisions. No? Okay. So a use case for divisions, we actually are doing a global deployment right now where they have 6 different business units around the globe. And their issue with accounts was that they needed accounts for each country that they were in. So maybe they have Sears in the US, Sears in the UK, Sears in Germany, right? And they didn't have any security concerns over anybody seeing each other's accounts, but it was more of a noise issue, right? Every now and again, the guys in the UK and Germany wanted to collaborate with US on Sears, but in general, they didn't want to see all of the US's accounts if they didn't have to. And so traditionally, folks will kind of go the route of record types and org-wide sharing settings, and you kind of get in this whole complicated sharing rules. Divisions is a great feature because it's not security. So it's all about the filters. Each user gets a default division, and then every record has a division assigned to it. And so division list views and search results and reports can all be set to use the viewers, the running users division. So, I can have the US, Jody can have Germany, and we can use the same all accounts. And when I look at it, I see all the US accounts. Jody looks at that same list view and he sees Germany. It's a really slick feature. The one thing I will tell you, and I do have this in the more detailed piece of the slide, is sometimes Salesforce will push back when you ask them to activate this feature. They